offense sets up shop.
And how about the toughness of Dak Prescott? We see it all the time on the field. And remember when he had that serious ankle injury, would he return to form? Boy, did he ever. And he was better than ever, and that's great for the NFL. Terrific resilience, playing at a high level, capable of winning a championship with his arm and his legs.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Prescott now. Drops this underneath for Pollard. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Third play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Play action now. Prescott. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. Taking it about the 36. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading the charge and former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken 1st overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are 1 game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got, and that's a heck of a run right there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, as you can see, they're not operating at full health today, partner. That's been a big story the last couple of weeks. But the bottom line, their record is solid, and you know that this is still a very dangerous team, even with those guys missing.
What they have shown us throughout this season is that this team has stayed focused, and some injuries, they're just not going to derail the momentum they've built up all season long. They continue to go out there and play and give their best performances.
Stafford. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. No luck for the Rams. Here on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. A 1st down throw for Prescott. He finds his man, Pollard. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play here for Dallas. 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm is going forward. Incomplete pass. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. A second down throw for Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Pollard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces fourth and goal.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. On first down, Stafford here. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for L.A. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. They showed off a nice juke in the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. And now it's third down and inches. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a third down and less than a yard. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Rams have taken the lead here this NFC Championship game. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and throw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting him and by him going up and getting it.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, Prescott. And this is incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Prescott yet again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be... sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. This is brought in at the 21. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And some room to work. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 63 yards rushing for him now. A strong performance here this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all Lebanon defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Stafford. Oh, that is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And this one is right down Broadway. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far,
two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Prescott now on second down. Here's a screen now for Ballin. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle was there but couldn't bust free. That is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, ball's out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on fourth down. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Stafford. This is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Jamison Williams, 20. And the Rams will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 17-3. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
The second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And just shutting him off there. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. Sanders' kick is good. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Cincinnati Bengals who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. We saw a vintage first half from the veteran Matthew Stafford. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. Our 2 squads making their final adjustments prior to the second half kick. Which team will be the one standing as NFC champions at the end? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year, and they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Here's 2nd and 10. Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 79 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 3. Out of the gun, Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Stafford on third down. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
They snap it to Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Back to throw, Stafford. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So the drive's going to start with Ballin. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Stafford's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And now here's a carry heading left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 93 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys into the Super Bowl. Here comes Edwards-Helaire on the toss right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. Edwards-Helaire is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And he's got it. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter. This possession, gigantic. Aaron Donald. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Well, when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Third and long for Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense. Blank. Extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistake.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Clyde Edwards-Helaire taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Rams are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter because you know you've got to make something happen.
And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there, to go the entire season and then play for the right to go to the Super Bowl and the right to call themselves NFC champs. Elation has to abound.